Hey, welcome to Theme Park Chicken episode.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Nice.
We're allowed to start.
Wow, no preamble. I'm just sitting
lighting
looking out a
is
window.
Terrible. If I turn on that light, would it be better?
Maybe.
Okay. Guys,
See?
if you need new lighting, just holler at me and say we need better lighting.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because I don't feel like as a person I'm afraid to ask for things. That is better, thank you. But when I directed Descendants Junior for a junior high summer camp.
By the way.
I'm going to. And I didn't like ask for sets. I didn't really ask for costumes. Hi.
We didn't do individual mic checks today, did you know?
I can hear everybody.
Okay, good.
But anyway, like the girl that was my producer was like, this show could have been so much better had you just asked for things. Like she's like, I could have brought a bed in here because we used two of those like stage boxes, like wooden boxes, and the kids would like push them together and put bedding on it.
Right.
Because I was like, that's easy. I don't know if we have a budget for
Could a kid move a bed? Could two kids move
She was
a
like,
bed?
I can get a bed in here. I can put wheels on it.
Do whatever you want.
Seriously, you can do.
And my house, I pay for
can?
the electricity, so you just ask me to turn a light on, and it'll be fine. As you can tell, we're recording in the afternoon. We got backlit up the wazoo. We're doing our best.
We're on top of each other. It's fine. Welcome to episode 47.
Maybe.
We are recording in a different location today, and we are going to talk about the Crestline Nerd Crawl.
So exciting.
I haven't named you guys yet.
That's okay.
I'm Robin. I'm
Brandon can be
your
a Saja
host,
boy. Here you go.
Robin Ellsworth.
Did they get these?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
There's a
I'm joined today
Demon
by
Baby Saja.
demon cutter.
Baby Saja,
I
Brandon
like to be
Ellsworth,
Miss Marvel. I'll be Captain Marvel.
and Captain Marvel, Chelsea Packer.
That's me.
So we went up to Crestline today. We live in Southern California, and we went up to Crestline in the mountains to visit something that you found on Instagram.
Yeah, the Crestline Nerd Crawl.
Yeah. So we had initially planned to do a different topic today, but then Chelsea texted and she's like, hey, we're missing this event that I just saw in order to do the other topic.
It would have been fine. It would have been fine. But it's the first annual Crestline Nerd Crawl. Hopefully it'll be annual. Super exciting, super fun. We love exploring things that are like, this is the first time we've ever done this. So it seemed like a really good opportunity to switch up our plans and have mountain fun.
Totally. And it was fun. Yeah, so we decided to go up to Crestline to check it out.
Very cool.
And there's also a little stipulation on the flyer that said if you wear a costume, you get extra stamps. And we were like, I don't know what that means.
If you come in cosplay, you get extra stamps, which is so fun. So we took the kids, and my kids dressed up in their old Halloween costumes. I had a Pokemon trainer. I had a Charmander without a mask because the mask broke a while ago. We had Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a really fun one. We had Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse. That was a really good one.
And Woody.
And Woody. Fully decked out Woody going through this nerd crawl, which was an absolute blast. So fun.
And your baby had a Harry Potter blanket, so.
He did have a Harry Potter blanket and a Yoshi onesie.
Oh,
so
I didn't realize that.
He is a nerd. And I had my Ravenclaw hat on. I don't have it on anymore because it was hot and sweaty.
And you're wearing your theme park
chicken shirt. And I'm wearing
shirt.
my theme park chicken shirt because that is the essence of nerddom, I think.
Yes, it is. I dressed up like an elf from The Hobbit.
You did. It was beautiful.
I did sock curls in my hair, so that was fun.
So
and
sparkly.
A few years ago, when my daughter was just born, I told my mom I wanted to do a Hobbit cosplay with my horse, and I was very postpartum, and it was fine, but she made this like cloak for me that has a magnet clasp, so if I'm riding and I fall off, it won't like kill me.
Right, important.
Super cool. So, and I never get to wear it, so I pulled it out today to wear it. And Brandon was Brandon.
He came as a nerd.
I dressed up as a driver.
Classic.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell us about where we stopped first?
Sure. So the Crestline Nerd Crawl was put on. It's the first annual event, so it was put on by. The flyer said 3 different places. Excuse my children, they're right outside. It was put on by the Porcupine Cabin in Crestline.
4 different places.
Well, the 4th one wasn't on the original flyer. So Porcupine Cabin put it on. The Paper and Clay Bookstore in Crestline was another one, and the Crestline Comics shop put it on. And then when we got our little flyer stamp things that they are supposed to put the stamps on, the Encompass Antique Store was also on there. So they, I guess, were another promoter of this event. They weren't on the original flyer, but it was really cool that we could go and get our stamp from there too. And it was cool to go in and see all these different stores. They're relatively new stores, a lot of them. Encompass has been there for a long time, as long as I remember. But the Porcupine Cabin is relatively new. Paper and Clay has been there a little bit longer, I think. And the Crestline Comics just moved to their location within this last year. So it was really cool to go see their locations if we hadn't been there before, explore what they've got going on. And they had little freebies and gifts, and like it was just a really cool experience because there were other people walking down the street dressed like nerds. It's a Saturday in Crestline, which is a lake town, so people are at the beach. And it was busy, and I don't like busy places, which is funny because I'm on this podcast about theme parks. But it was a blast. It was really cool to see all the nerds come out.
And we did. We saw a couple people in costume. I would say it seemed, the event went all day.
Yes.
We were there right at the beginning, so I'm not sure whether how many people came in costume, but we did see some other than us. And one thing I love, every time we've come up to visit Crestline, there's just people are pretty chill, and there's dogs everywhere, and it's a fun place to be.
It's a cool town to visit for sure.
Totally. What did you think about the nerd crawl?
I think it was great. I think it's just, get your market base, get them out for an event.
Yeah.
And then, put your best foot forward and show them how good you are as a storefront.
Definitely. Yeah. And I've seen things that I hadn't been to, and so I was like, I've definitely, when we come visit, I'm going to need to go to these places again, because that's awesome.
And the cool thing is, they're all walkable.
Yes.
So we parked, it's a little bit tricky to find parking in Crestline, but we parked somewhere, and then we were able to walk from the first store all the way to the end.
We parked by the bowling alley in Crestline, so we were just a little ways down the way, which Crestline is a pretty walkable little town in itself, so it didn't feel that far. I was worried about the kids in the street because people aren't always cautious drivers on the main road, but they did great and it was fine. They have crosswalks that you push the button and they light up. It doesn't stop them, but if you see lights at a crosswalk, usually people stop. And there was a cop coming by and he stopped for us, so that was good. So yeah.
Do you want to talk about what we got from the stores?
I would love to. So we kind of split up at the beginning. The kids and Brandon, you went into the Pokemon cabin first. But great. Robin and I stopped by Paper and Clay because we had been there before, and it's a cute little bookstore. We really liked it, but Robin hadn't been there since the expansion because she has a little shed in the back now with more books and more space and things. And so we got to go in there, and that's where we got our stamp cards. And it was so cute, and we got some things there. I got this book, Miss Marvel, because I love Miss Marvel. So
I got a book called The Hounding.
You did.
And then another book called Horse.
And those were both in the shed. You wouldn't find that inside. And then there's the cute little kids section. I love the kids section in there. It's so kid friendly. And she's like, bring the kids in there. Let them explore. And the owner's just so sweet. And she makes all of the little trinkets that you see throughout the store. So all the little books and stuff. You can see we got this inside this little box. I don't know if I can open it. Ugh.
What is that, Reptar?
No.
Oh,
so we got these little miniature books. Here, you show these to the camera.
Yeah, so part of the book, or the nerd crawl, was that if we got stamps, we got to pick out little prizes. So the Paper and Clay has these adorable little miniature books.
But I'm pretty sure she makes them.
It's just this big. This one is The Magician's Nephew.
This
we picked
is
out
the size of your thumb.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so cool.
And so that was super awesome.
Drop it. Sorry.
And the also thing I love about these shops in Crestline is we're bringing 7 kids in there, and I don't feel like any of the shop owners make you feel bad. Nope. I don't feel like any of them eye you when you come in. You know how you go to an antique store with kids and they're like, really? But we didn't get that at all.
Absolutely not.
They're so nice.
Which was awesome. Because after we had been in Paper and Clay for a while, we were starting to get ready to go. Some of my kids came in because Paper and Clay and the Pokemon cabin are right next door. They share a building. And so some of my kids made their way over and they came into the bookstore, and my oldest was like, Mom, look what I bought with my own money. And he showed me a pack of Pokemon cards that he had bought. And he was really excited about. And so it was nice that he felt comfortable enough to go and purchase this little Pokemon pack. And he got his stamp over there, and then we got the stamp but we don't even have our stamps to show, and we had to turn them in. Yeah. Because when you turn them in, at the end, if you get all the stamps, you turn in your thing at your favorite store that you want a freebie from, and they'll give you a freebie, which is amazing. They don't have to be doing this, but it's so nice, and it's community involvement. So that was where we went first. You didn't go in the Pokemon cabin at that point, but I did. I took Reed back to get his Pokemon cards, because they do also have a big, giant box of their extra Pokemon cards, and they're giving those to kids for free. They can have... I don't know what the limit is. They can have 10. They can have 10 Pokemon cards from this box for free. I don't know if it was 10 just for the event or if it's regularly 10, but it's really cool because 10 Pokemon cards is a lot. Totally. So he got his little, this is it. He got his little 10 Pokemon cards from the freebie box, and he took his time picking them out. He's like, Mom, I like dark types. I don't think these are his. These might be Annie's.
Those are kids.
They're someone else's, some other kids. But it was cool to go in and just get the freebie.
Yeah, and we decided to get our little prize at the Poke Cabin. That's what it's called, Poke Cabin. And so our daughter picked out this little itty bitty squirrel to go with her itty bitty books.
Gosh, that's so cute. The squirrel could read the books.
I know. We thought it was cute because we got the Harry Potter ones.
Library.
We got Azkaban and then Order of the Phoenix because Brandon and I own. I mean, you're the biggest Harry Potter fan.
I am.
We own 3.5 full sets of Harry Potter, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we also had mini versions of that?
Funny. That's the way to do it. A lot of ours came from the Crestline library, actually. When we came up, we went to the library during their book sale event.
Yes.
And so we got most of my kids' Harry Potter books for like 50 cents. You got to look for a library book sale. It is a sweet deal.
Were they first edition?
I don't think so. They're just paperback copies that have been used, but still they're reading along while I'm reading. I didn't get my fancy ones from there. I bought those myself or got gifted those.
Yeah.
The one that came in the trunk.
Yes. But yeah, I did that. I got that from Borders. Remember Borders?
Borders bookstore.
Rip.
So
was that actually the name?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't remember it.
The other
the
other thing I noticed when you mentioned Scott buying things at the Poke Cabin is like. All of the shop owners are actually super friendly.
Yes.
They seem really knowledgeable, and they stop to actually talk to you and help you. Like, I only really talk to the owner of the Paper and Clay, but
she's so nice.
She's so nice, and like I don't know. Like when people walk in, she's like, "Let me know if I can give you a recommendation."
She's
like,
got lemonade ready to go.
Yeah, yes,
During
that's
the colder months, she had hot cider. It was awesome.
It's just really cool. Like. I love that small town feel when you come up here. Yeah, totally.
I like the Porcupine Cabin too because they have their main selling area, then they have a little like clothing area, and then they have a whole like room in the back with tables where they do events and they can watch Pokemon if they want to just sit down and take a break because it's hot and it's in air conditioned space. But Scott was like, "Mom, I'll be right back. I have to go trade some Pokemon cards." And I was like, "Do your thing, kid." And he went and he came back. He was like, "Look at all the Pokemon cards I traded," and he had like done a whole little Pokemon trade in this building, which was cool.
Yeah. So overall, the nerd crawl, I feel like it was a huge success.
Yeah.
I mean, at least
we're
for
only
us.
halfway done. Are you ready for the other half? Because then we walked. So those two buildings are right next to each other, and those stores are like connected. So then we made our way across the street and a little farther down into town, and we went to Encompass, which is the antique store. And I had never been to the antique store before, but I love them because one time when we were driving up the mountain, one of my kids wasn't watching the road and he got sick. And so we pulled over and he was getting sick in this parking lot. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to clean this up. It's going to be a whole problem. It's a big mess. And the owner of the store came out and he was like, hey, I actually sell this ginger ale in my store, but you can have this for free. It'll help him feel better from his car sickness. And I was like, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. And he was so kind and like considerate and it was just really thoughtful. But I'd never been in that store because taking kids into an antique store is kind of scary.
Totally.
But we did. We took them in today and we got our stamp from Encompass and it was awesome. There's so many fun things in there. It's so eclectic. They have rocks and like fossils, gems. Scott got a mastodon tooth.
Robert got some cool like sauces, like barbecue sauces.
Which is cool. Exciting. Those are in my fridge now. Andy got this iron pyrite, which can you see? Which was so fun. And then we got what did I buy? I bought a thing. I got little pins that one said, I saw one that said, I'm glad I'm not camping. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get that one because I love camping. But
they had also lemon crate or fruit crate labels.
Yes.
So that's like a thing in Southern California is the fruit crate labels, and they had like stacks and stacks of them. And my grandma's house was covered in them. They have like these beautiful illustrations of fruit. And then like fully
city. Yeah, it was tied to the city.
Yep,
wherever
so cool.
the fruit crates came from.
Yeah.
And each one had their little
like
banners,
package label.
you know?
So my grandma's wall, like they covered her walls, and then my mom had a bunch that she got from my grandma, so they covered her walls, and now we have some on our walls, and it was cool to like see those. We have one that has a seagull, and then one that has a horse. I don't remember what fruits they're for. One's a lemon.
We might have uplands on ours.
My mom has upland.
Okay.
But anyway, so it was cool to see those two.
That is so cool. I love that. It was really fun and eclectic, and like I didn't feel uncomfortable having the kids in there, even though I was nervous about it at first.
Yeah.
There are breakable things in there, and you need to make sure that your kids are responsible enough to handle that. Luckily, I got lucky today, and my kids didn't break anything.
Yeah, so
They waited till they got home.
They did.
how often do you think, like, I don't know if you've been watching, but I don't know how often for our listeners, if they're like, hey, this sounds interesting, something like I want to do you think that Crestline like does a lot of these little events, or?
This is the first one of this kind that I've heard of, but I know that they do. Like, they have, like, the Pokemon But there are other events that town does that I've heard of before that are fun. Like they do Corks and Hops, which is traditionally like you go around and it's alcohol tasting. And we don't drink alcohol, but Robert's friends came to Crestline and they invited us to come with them on this Corks and Hops thing, which was so funny. And I was like, sure, we'll go with you. And we walked around and I had the baby in a stroller, which was so funny.
I love that.
And we're walking around town and I know how to walk this town, but I'm not drunk either. So we're walking with a bunch of Robert's drunk friends. I'm like, we can make it to the next stop. It's just a little ways uphill. And we're walking and we're all peppy. And they're like, we should have taken the transit because they have free transit during those events too. You can shuttle up to top town and back down to lower town and
cool.
do all your things. And so that's an event that I think a lot of the vendors are open for too. Which is cool because then it gives the shops more opportunities to do things. But I noticed when I was looking today that a lot of those shops are only open Thursday to Sunday. They're not open during the regular weekdays, which is kind of a bummer because that's the days that I have more time off to do things. But that's okay because I get it. That's when they're busier because more
Crestline does get busy.
It really does. We drove by the lake today and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people. I thought like today, good thing I'm not going there.
Brandon was like, it's busier than the beach.
It's busier than going to
Newport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, it's an awesome small town feel and it gets busy on the weekends, which is really cool. I'm not a fan of busy things, but it was nice because the nerd crawl was less busy than the beach, which I appreciated. I was like, okay, there's not like no room to walk around. We aren't sausaged in. It was fun. And maybe it'll get more busy as the years go by. Yeah. But for the first one, it was exactly my kind of busy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We met a dog. And the dog's name was Bilbo. Oh my gosh.
Did you meet a dog?
In the bookstore.
I was with you.
It was the one that was like so scruffy. His head was like white, but his body was yellow.
Oh yeah.
But he was so cute. His name was Bilbo. I went up to talk to the owner because I was like, I'm pretty sure I just heard her call him Bilbo, and I walked up and I said, oh my gosh, can I please meet your dog? And she's like, yeah, he's friendly. He's super sweet. She said, I found him in the woods 2 weeks ago.
No way.
Yes. And she's like, and I was gonna foster him, but I've really fallen in love with him, which of course he was the cutest dog ever.
Where was he found? Because
I don't know.
Now
are they giving
Underhill.
out
into the woods?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
But he was the cutest, so that was my highlight.
I love that.
But do you want to tell us about the Crestline Comics?
Yes, after we went to Encompass, the parking lot next to Encompass is shared with Crestline Comics, so that was really nice. It wasn't a far walk at all. We did get some steps in, but it wasn't like exhausting.
Yeah.
So we went to Crestline Comics after that, and I had never been in their new location, and it's nice. I'm lying. I had been in there before when it was an antique store. I did not go in with my kids. I went in by myself. I got that teapot. I don't even know where it is. There's a teapot somewhere on my mantle.
Oh, I see it.
Podcast listeners won't be able to see it.
It's adorable.
It is adorable.
It looks like a teapot.
It does look like a teapot, and I got that there. But then they closed, and I was like, oh, I can't go back and get a teapot ever again. That's a bummer. And I was a little bummed out about it, honestly. But then I was like, okay, comic book store, that's cool. Like, but maybe the kids will like it. That'll be good. And this is the first time I'd ever actually been in this comic book store. And it was nice. There were so many cool things to look at. They have so many comics, like a whole selection. But they also have, like, plushies, nerd things. Figurines, so many Pokemon cards. Yeah. Honestly, I was like, are they in competition with Pokemon Cabin? And they're not, because they're doing this event together, so that's good.
But then we ended up talking to them.
We did end up talking to them, and my oldest has his birthday this weekend, so I was like, hey, it's your birthday, like, let's see what you want in this, because, like, it's part of your birthday thing. Ignore my crying children.
They're fine. They have an adult supervising them.
They're being watched. So they were talking, and he was like, what's your favorite Pokemon? The owner of the shop. And Scott goes, oh, Charizard. He goes, of course you picked the most expensive one. What's your second favorite Pokemon? And he goes, oh, Koraidon. So they're trying to figure out what a Koraidon was, which was just so funny to me, but they found it, and this card was like $7. It wasn't crazy. It was like more than a deck of cards should be, honestly. But like, it wasn't out of the blue. Like, you hear...
Not a deck, but a pack.
Yeah, a pack.
Yeah. A deck's a lot of cards.
I live in the 1950s. A deck should only be 50 cents. But so I was like, yeah, that's cool. Let's look at it. And at that point, I had gotten all of my stamps. Robin didn't have all of her stamps. Mm-hmm. So when you finish all your stamps, you get to pick what store you want your prize from. And I saw these cute little goodie bags. And I was like, Scott, you are getting my prize, so you should get you should pick where you want it from. You can choose if you want to go back to Pokepine Cabin and get their prize, or we're already here. You can get a prize from here. And they are geared for children. He took a lot of the stuff out of the bag already. It had this cute little Stitch comic book in there. And it's like Japanese style, so you have to read it backwards.
In English.
That's so
but it's
cute.
very cute. And that was rolled up in there. This little thing Brandon's been playing with the whole time with the comic books was in there, and it was wrapped around that. It had a bunch of little stickers in there, like all these little Marvel stickers. You can't see them, but I'm showing them to you anyway. It had a couple Pokemon cards in there in the deck. There was this little keychain thing with he was like, it's a fancy Gyarados. He told me what it was. I don't know what it is.
It's a Mega Gyarados.
It's a Mega Gyarados.
Magikarp
evolution?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
There were so many cool things in there, and I was like,
There was a whole pack.
Yes.
And it was open cards.
Yes.
Because it's free. But even in the open cards, there was a Flygon EX.
Yes.
So they were still giving out very
quality things.
Good cards.
And then they were like, "Oh, it's your birthday," and they reached behind him. They're like, "Have extra," and they threw more cards into his bag, which was awesome.
Which is so cool.
And of course, I bought the Cryogon at that point because I'm like, "You definitely deserve my business.
Well,
You're
and-
taking care of my
And
kid."
just, going through the whole process, it's not like, like as soon as you walk in, they're not immediately hounding you with like,
Right, no.
hey, you should buy this card, you should buy it. It's just
I
like,
had time
hey,
to look at the
who's your
entire
favorite
store,
Pokemon?
And then they really paid attention
Yeah.
to this kid, and they were like, "I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
they
this
asked
special."
Scott. They said, "What Pokemon cards are in your binder?"
Yeah.
And he got to
He
show
showed
them.
and they were like,
It
"Okay,
was
that's
so
awesome.
nice.
That's cool." And he didn't bring his whole collection. They were like, "It's kind of small. We need to get you more." And he's like, "I have more at home." And I
They
was
gave him more cards. They felt bad for him.
yeah, honestly. So I'm glad I didn't have him bring the whole thing. I was like, "You need to not bring all your cards, but if they get taken," he's like, "Oh, hold on to them tight the whole time." I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
I don't want to carry these through the town, but whatever,
Aw.
it's fine. But it was just really nice because they paid such good attention to him and made him
Totally.
feel special. We left that store and he goes, "Mom, this is the best day I've ever had." And I was like,
Oh my god.
"Okay, I'll take it." Little goofball.
It was so
Can't take
nice.
him anywhere.
When we walked in, there was a couple girls at the counter, and they were asking for a specific Pokemon card, and they were like, "Hey, can you keep an eye out for such and such?"
Yeah.
And the owners were like, "All right, yeah, we'll keep an eye." Like anything in particular, and it's just like that sort of exchange I have almost never seen.
Yeah. It
So
was really cool.
It was really cool. They were so
enjoyed it.
nice.
It was great.
Yeah.
There were also vendors outside the shops, in kind of front or the side of the shops, wherever they were. One was selling like boba teas and sandos and things like that, which was cute and fun and delicious. They looked adorable.
Yeah.
And then
That's where I met Bilbo.
That's where you met Bilbo.
By the boba.
And then there was
Bilbo by the
a
boba.
Princess Peach comb, and Andy got this little
Oh my gosh, yes.
mushroom keychain at another vendor in front of the Pokepine shop, which was pretty cool. And then in front of the Crestline comics store, I got a Harry Potter Lego set, which was really nice, and it has Dobby in it, which apparently Brandon says I can sell for a lot of money, but I'm not doing that.
They sold like I don't know how old it is, but they sold a Lego set for $11, which is like what you would have been able to buy it for at Target.
Right, back in the day.
But it's a discontinued set.
Yeah.
And it has
Lucius.
It has
you said?
Lucius,
and
Dobby,
it's free
and
Dobby.
Harry
It's
Potter.
that set.
And
It's actually legit.
It is so
and the
cool.
Dobby's worth some money.
Yeah, and then Robert bought me coasters at that same little vendor, which was really sweet because they're like beautiful coasters, and I don't have any coasters in my house because we live in a chaos house right now, and someday I'll use them, but they might be too precious to pull out right now, honestly.
And they had a skateboard with Princess Leia on it, and then we
Yeah,
thought
that
about
was
getting for my brother.
hilarious. It was so funny.
We're like, what if we got this
There's
for Jake?
such
I mean, it was a cool skateboard.
It was.
Like,
I mean,
like the
it was
front.
It was Princess Leia. It was exactly what you're all thinking.
yes. Princess Leia in the desert.
Yeah.
In
And,
the desert.
That's the best way to say it.
and well, the grip tape was like Star Wars. The grip tape, it was all like worn down and
bubbles.
everything.
The bubbles. We got the bubbles at Encompass.
I didn't know what that
They
was.
sell bubbles at Encompass.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
How
the
fun.
cheapest thing we bought all day.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
They also had some really cute Sasquatch patches I thought about really
Adorable.
hard.
It's such a
Yeah, that board was
eclectic
cool.
town.
I loved it.
It's so
And
fun.
everyone is really friendly, and even the people, like, we've been up here a couple times. Every time I meet people, they always like stop and say hi to you. They're willing to let you interact with them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one of those places where you go where people just breeze past you
Right.
and act like you don't exist.
Right.
So I
It's
really
true.
thought it was really fun. I totally thought it was worth it.
And there was no pressure with anything.
Yeah,
it was
no.
just like, hey, what's your
I didn't
favorite
have to buy that
Pokemon?
Cryogon. I was
Totally.
like,
Let's
I'm
show
gonna,
you the
'cause that's
card.
cool.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, you like the card? Awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to
They
get
have
it,
a claw
let's get
machine
it.
in Pokepine Cabin. Brandon got to play that a couple times. She's
Yeah,
usually really
it
good
was
at
rigged.
claw machines.
And then our toddler had a huge meltdown because
Classic.
she
Mhm.
wanted to keep playing.
She's
Sometimes
fine.
things ask money.
He carries her out of the carries her out of the store and she's screaming. Okay, so do you guys want to write some haikus?
Yes, I do.
All right.
We
Oh
have a
my
pen.
goodness.
No, we're gonna
We have
write
to
them
write 'em on our
there.
phone.
Yep.
I'll
Okay.
go first.
Oh wait, well we gotta bring us back in.
I'm bringing us back in. I'll go
For
first.
haikus.
Okay.
Oh, I was allowed to do that?
Mhm.
Cool. Okay. Pokepine's bookstore. Oh shoot, I forgot the names. Not Crestline Comics.
Nice. Encompass was the other.
That's the one.
You want to go next? Or
Sure. Collect all 4 stamps, stickers, and Pokemon packs. It's Crestline Nerd Crawl.
Oh, wow. We forgot to
Oh,
stop for
sorry.
Brandon. Sorry,
Well,
Brandon.
mine wasn't very that good.
No, it was good.
It was
You
a
could have
question,
done.
and I answered
You
it.
could have done. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Okay, here's mine.
Gotta stamp them all.
Oh, gotta stamp 'em all.
Arrived at Lake Town, donned my cloak and my pointy ears. Bilbo, a new friend.
It's so poetic.
Well done. Well done.
I'm glad you got last.
Good order.
Okay.
Fun.
Flight?
Not a chicken.
Okay. Yeah.
Brandon is like, let's
Goodbye.
consolidate.
Fun, not a chicken.
Yeah. It's fun, not a chicken. I had a blast. It was absolutely fun. Get your flight. Come to Crestline next year, I guess, because today is over.
I'm sure they do it for you.
If any
Tell
of
them Theme Park Chicken sent you.
Honestly,
Then they'll give
be
you a
like, what?
stamp.
if any residents of Crestline are listening, hello. Thank you for allowing us to crash your town for a minute.
Yeah.
And yeah, check us out. Theme Park Chicken podcast.
What about you? You didn't condense.
She actually
Oh, I
did
did.
condense.
Oh, you did?
Were
I
you
said
listening?
fun, not a
Sorry,
He's
I
chicken.
wasn't
condensing, but
listening.
he's not listening.
I
Well,
was
thank you
looking
for
out the window again.
listening. Thank you for listening. You can find us on Instagram at theme.park.chicken.
Why did we put you by the
You
window?
can send us suggestions at themeparkchickenpod@gmail.com and tune in next week when we discuss something else.
Something else. Come and see.
Bye.
That
Bye.
was sweet, Ellen.
Oh,
Something
that's
else.
my dog.
Something else.